All right, guys, so this is going to be your social studies for the week. It's called the Tocobaga Indians assignment. It's going to be labeled Tocobaga Indians 511 to 515 assignment. So what do you need to know? Well, you need to click on the PDF of the text and make sure you're reading about the Tocobaga Indians. Remember, we're reading to determine important information about these Indians. So when you're reading, I would start thinking, where did they live? How did they live? How did they hunt and find food? What did they use to hunt and find food? What type of tools did they use, or tools did they create? And how did they die off? This might be important as well. So I took a screenshot of what your assignment directions look like, and I really want to show you this. It literally gives you step-by-step directions. It literally says, read before trying to answer the questions, write incomplete sentences. One-word answers don't get credit. So then I told you to watch the video or download the PowerPoint. I also, boys and girls, always model at least one of your answers as to how I'm expecting it in a complete sentence. Please read these because this is how I expect all 4 of your answers to be responded by in a complete thought. So remember, this is what your assignment looks like. Read the directions. Make sure you're looking at my examples to respond correctly to get credit. A few of you have been telling me you never downloaded the article. So boys and girls, this right here is at the bottom of your assignment and it's attached to your journal entries. When you put your mouse over it, it'll say download. All you have to do is click download. It's the same way you would download this PowerPoint. So if you haven't read the article, I can always tell because you answer the responses that you give me as your answers don't always make sense. Also, please make sure that you're reading thoroughly in order to get credit. So, here are some things that I learned about when I was reading about the Tocobaga Indians. I read that these Indians lived near Tampa Bay. I also read that they built mounds and had rounded homes. The mounds had different purposes, like a chief's home, and a chief is the leader of the tribe. Burial mounds, meaning this is where they're burying the dead. And then a tribe's temple, which is kind of like a church. Women created a mound called a midden, which was a garbage heap of shells being discarded from the kitchen. They fished mainly in the bay, and they even ate manatee. They also hunted for deer and rabbits and even armadillo. It also said something about squirrels. The Tocobaga Indians were very clever, and this one's really cool. They actually started creating their own tools. They made an adze, which is like a shovel. It's really cool. You should read more. Also, these Indians actually died from diseases and they went extinct after fighting with the Spanish. So, question 1, what were some of the purposes of the mounds that they built? Look under the heading where and how they lived. So make sure you're looking at that heading and think, why were they making these mounds? What did they use them for? And make sure you're explaining these 2 ideas, telling me the mound and then what did they use it for? Then question 2, still staying under where and how they lived, you have to tell me what a midden is and what's the purpose, which I think I already told you what it was. So make sure that you understand what a midden is. Question 3, what were some of the things the Tocobaga Indians hunted, fished, and gathered? You have to look under the heading what they ate. And please make sure you understand when I say I expect 1 sentence about what they hunted, 1 sentence about what they gathered, and 1 sentence about what they fished. You cannot just tell me what they hunted or what they fished. I need all 3. Question 4, what were some of the tools they created and what were they called? What were they used for? So you're going to look under the heading, the tools they made, and I need more than 1 tool. So make sure you tell me what the Tocobaga Indians made for tools and then what were they used for. So you would give me the example of the type of tool and then they tell me what it was used for. Then give me the type of tool, what it was used for. If you have any questions, please message me. All right? Good luck.